intellection, input, achiever, responsibility, and restorative. These are my 5 strengths. When I first got my results from Gallup, I agreed with what I got. But as I looked at the rest of the list of strengths from Gallup, I felt like I could relate to most of them as well. I feel like I'm the kind of person who's made up of bits and pieces from a lot of the strengths outlined by Gallup. For example, I can see how the theme context is a big part of my life. I look back to understand the present. I look at the underlying structure and to truly understand the final outcome. Same for empathy. I can see from others' perspectives and I feel what they're going through. So while I feel like I could relate to just about every strength on the Gallup strength list, my 5, intellection, input, achiever, responsibility, and restorative, are my strongest and most prominent strengths. Intellection is my top strength, and that couldn't be more spot on. Intellection means I'm always thinking, whether that's thinking about how to solve a problem, or thinking of new ideas, or just reflecting. An example of this strength would be of one of my chickens back home. My mom hatched chickens in her 1st grade classroom, and the last chick to hatch was born slightly deformed, and she started to walk before her legs were ready for her to, which caused her to walk on the back of her knees instead of her feet. Well, because of the problems, my mom was going to kill her, but I would not let that happen. Instead, I looked up ways to fix her. And we made tiny little chicken leg splints, and we got her to where she could walk properly. And now she runs faster than any of the other chickens, and I'm so proud of fixing her. I even have a picture of her. She's a little white chicken right there, and the other black chickens are her brothers and sisters. But she's walking now, and it's so awesome that I fixed her. I'm just so proud of it. So I would say intellection is a pretty good strength to have, and I think that strength is one that influences my life the most. Always thinking of new ideas and different solutions to problems will also be very important in the future as I work towards becoming a nurse. Responsibility is my next strength, and this is also one that I believe largely influences my life. Whenever I put my mind to something, I feel like I have to finish it, and whatever I do it well. So basically that means I'm not the kind of person who leaves things to the last minute. I like to have things organized and planned, and I tend to go about things rationally. So I'm the kind of person that packs a week before a trip, or doesn't leave an assignment to the last minute. In fact, because of this strength, and I guess the smart planning on my parents' part, I was able to come to ACU with a lot of credits already. My parents and teachers pushed me to take dual credit classes my junior and senior year, and my parents made me go to an ACU honors college camp, where I took college classes, so I was able to come in with 23 hours already completed. While all of my strengths play a huge part in my life, and will continue to, my last 3 strengths, input, achiever, and restorative, are the 3 that I believe are going to be crucial as I continue my education to become a nurse. The strength input is defined as being inquisitive and collecting information, like words and facts. For all the information I'm going to learn at ACU, and will continue to learn as I grow in the nursing field, it's very important that I be curious and ask questions, and be able to remember vital tasks that could potentially save someone's life. My 4th strength, achiever, explains my drive for success. I set goals for myself, and like what I said about responsibility, when I set a goal, I finish it. This will hopefully help me out in nursing school as I study for tests. And my last strength, restorative, I believe will be the most important for life after nursing school, when I'm actually out in the real world. Being restorative means that I love to problem solve. I like to analyze situations, identify the problem, and come up with a solution. I like being tested and pushed to my ability, even if it freaks me out a little or makes me a little uncomfortable. With these 5 strengths, I believe I'll be able to get through college just fine, and I believe I'll be able to do anything that I can set my mind to. To continue to utilize my strengths, I will continue to use them in my everyday life until they become a habit. I'll use them as I study for tests, complete projects, manage my time between school and my personal life, and as I make my way through nursing school and beyond. So while I, and probably many of you, can relate to most of the Gallup strengths, my 5, intellection, input, achiever, responsibility, and restorative, are the ones that most describe me and my work ethic. Thank you for listening.